The man himself is back. Gypsy John Fury. I never miss one of his interviews, and this one is very, very interesting indeed. He says that basically he's not happy with his son's team. And by that, you have to assume he's talking about Bob Arum, Frank Warren, maybe even MTK. He says that his son has got hundreds of yes men around him and that they're steering him in the wrong direction. He says that he himself was assured that the arbitration wasn't going to be an issue and that it would be the Anthony Joshua fight next. And once the Anthony Joshua fight fell through, John was very, very unhappy. And he's expressing how unhappy he is in this video. He advised his son to drop the WBC belt rather than fight Wilder again, and instead take on Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia. He also expresses his, and also interestingly, he says, his son's always talking about how the belts don't matter. Drop the WBC belt then, if the belt don't matter. What are you trying to hold on to it for? He doesn't like his son going into the Wilder rematch. He thinks that his son might underestimate Wilder. Now, John Fury has been way off the mark when it comes to predicting Anthony Joshua fights and the way Anthony Joshua's career is going to go. But when it comes to predicting the way his own son's career is going to go in specific fights, he has been bang on the money. I mean, John Fury has been virtually Nostradamus or Nostradamus-like when it comes to predicting his own son's career. Now, obviously, you expect him to be very positive about his son because, he loves his son and he's going to be biased. But no, think about how specific he was with regards to the Klitschko fight. Think about how specific he was with regards to the Deontay Wilder rematch. That his son was going to go in there, seek and destroy, and just beat this guy up. Now, I thought that, Tyson Fury could win, but never in a million years did I think he could go in there and bash him up the way that he did. Just lay right into him. So, John Fury has been very, very good at predicting the way his son's fights and the way his career is going to go. And for him to come out and say he's concerned about the Wilder, he wasn't concerned about the second Wilder fight, was he? But about this third fight, he's concerned. And I've noticed many other people feel the same way as me with regards to this Wilder trilogy fight, where it just seems as though it's going to be a more difficult fight than the second one. And I do feel a lot of it is because I think Wilder is going to be better prepared mentally, tactically, and technically. He understands Tyson Fury can do certain things which he didn't realize he could do before. And John also talks about being in America. He thinks they're basically trying to set his son up for failure. So very interesting stuff from John Fury. He would have preferred his son to drop the WBC belt, go ahead and fight Wilder in a trilogy fight. And again, if John Fury's being honest here, he says he was in the dark about, there being any issue with the arbitration. He was told that there wouldn't be an issue. He seems to infer that his son was in the same position, where his son genuinely believed the AJ fight was going to happen. Could that be the case? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But again, promoters do often keep their fighters in the dark with regards to certain things that are going on. That is not unheard of, folks. It does happen. I'm not saying for certain it happened with Tyson Fury, but it's possible. That's one thing I can tell you for certain. It is possible. So let me know what you guys think about it below. Have a watch of this John Fury interview if you haven't seen it before. As I say, always great entertainment with John Fury because he speaks in, how can I describe it? An antiquated form of colloquial English. He's very old school. His words and phrases are the type which you don't hear often anymore. It's almost like going back in the time machine to God knows when, the 1960s or 70s up north, where people spoke like John Fury a lot more. It's very entertaining. I like his vocabulary. And obviously saying that he's not happy with Frank Warren and Bob Arum, he's inferring that they're trying to steer him into the Wilder fight and that they are not really keen on the Anthony Joshua fight, right? That's clearly what he's inferring, because he's saying, forget about the belt. Go fight AJ without the WBC belt. You can come back and get the belt another time. Yeah, you've already won that now. And the inference being Bob Arum and Frank Warren are trying to take him in a different direction away from AJ into the Wilder fight. And that's their desire. It's not like they're being forced, because as Eddie Hearn said, they haven't seemingly really tried to find a solution to the Deontay Wilder problem. They haven't tried to pay him off any money. They haven't tried to say, okay, Deontay, keep the belt. We'll fight AJ, or let us fight AJ first, and then you can fight for the vacant belt afterwards. No, they haven't even tried. They've just gone straight away, bam, into the Deontay Wilder trilogy fight. John don't like it. Most of us don't like it. So anyway, come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide range of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. We dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&A sessions, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalog of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high quality MP3. We've also got a Discord server where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. There's no contract, no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.